Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today I'm going to review Indiana Jones 5, which is Indiana Jones The Dial of Destiny. This released back in 2023, and yes, this is the fifth Indiana Jones movie, which is kind of whack. I mean, Indiana Jones, the actor who plays him, Harrison Ford, is almost like he's 80, right? So he's a pretty old guy, and this is going to be last Indiana Jones. That's insane to say. Like, Indiana Jones is an iconic legend, man. The character is cool. Harrison Ford is obviously an absolute legend as well. But yes, Indiana Jones 5. Well, you know, it's all about, like, obviously Indiana Jones. It's this adventurer, this archaeologist. Um, at the beginning of this episode, this movie, I guess, of this movie, there is this young Indiana Jones that they kind of tricked a bit. They kind of used some CGI with Harrison Ford's face to make him young again, and that's where it kind of sometimes you can clearly see this is CGI. Like, sometimes he doesn't, like, blink, which is, yeah, well, that's something I noticed, but whatever. Yeah, so it's all about, like, this World War II story in the beginning, with young Indiana Jones fighting Nazis and stuff like that, and Germans and stuff like that, and the Second World War, where they eventually find, like, the Spear of Destiny, but it's a fake one, which is kind of sad. Like, I really thought that was going to be, like, the main thing that we're going to find. Obviously not, because the movie is called Dial of Destiny, so it's about the Dial of Destiny. And eventually you also find the Dial of Destiny on this Nazi German train, which kind of makes sense, right? The Nazis, or the Germans during World War II, collected all kinds of art and relics and stuff like that to keep for themselves, like a lot of different things that they kept for themselves, probably a few things that aren't recovered back, right? Probably locked away somewhere in a vault, in a bunker, forgotten. So that might be, very interesting as well. So yeah, there we go. They find the Dial of Destiny, which eventually, they need to stop the Germans, obviously, and yes, eventually it goes back to the present day where Indiana Jones lives, where, that's like the 60s. He's already pretty young. He retired, so he's around, like, was it? Yeah, retirement age, I guess. But he kept on giving some lessons in the university about archaeology and stuff like that, and about the Greek stories and, Roman stories and stuff like that. Obviously, for some reason, like, there's this woman, this girl, which is kind of like his goddaughter, which was like the daughter of the person he traveled with during the Second World War on that train, which is played by the same guy who played the Dream Lord in Doctor Who. So there we go, another Doctor Who reference. Let's go. So there we go. He played a pretty British Oxford, pretty smart Oxford teacher, and also pretty calm one. Like, he was a calm and gentle old man, I guess. So there we go. But now in the 60s, obviously that person has died. The daughter of him wanted to seek out Indiana Jones to find the Dial of Destiny again. There we go. But she is not well esteemed. She's actually a criminal. She has, like, debts in, like, the criminal underground world. She gambles a lot. She's pretty bad. I mean, like, she's not really a great example. So there we go. Yeah, yeah. She wants the Dial of Destiny because she wants to sell it. Obviously, like, why? Sure, why not sell, like, other things like cars or something? No, she wants the Dial of Destiny, whatever. So Indy and her find the Dial of Destiny, which Indy borrowed in, like, the library of things in his school. Eventually CIA are also following them. Eventually they all go to was it Singapore or something? Yes. Then they meet this other guy, this younger boy, who it's kind of like the replacement of, like, the Queequeg One's character, I guess, from the second Indiana Jones film, but now in the newest film, like, just a young person who gives, like, jokes, but whatever. Didn't really feel like the vibe here. Together they go to was it the ear of Dionysus or something? I don't know, which is like a cave where eventually the dead burrowed Archidemus body is. I don't know. This is like the creator of the Dial of Destiny or the Dial, which actually, fun fact, the dial itself is real, but people don't really know what's meant to be, I guess. They think it's some kind of contraption that Archimedes made, but obviously they made a story about it, so there we go. Kind of, I'll get to that in a second or whatever. So the Nazis actually take over, Nazis in the 60s, they're still there, whatever, the NASA things, they build rockets, but they're still there, right? So they try to get the dial, they have the dial, eventually they go with entire, like, two ships, not really, like, planes, I guess, go to the air, because this dial can time travel for some reason. Yes, I guess it can, sure. And eventually they go to they think it is like the Second World War, but they flew just into like a clouds and portal thing, and they go to the Roman times, which is kind of whack. Like, come on, it's in an Indiana Jones movie, man. Why? I thought this was about archaeology and adventure. No, it's about time travel all of a sudden, and whatever. So Indy wants to stay there, but he can't for some reason. Like, his goddaughter says, "Nah, you're going with us." Like, she has ever done something great. Like, oh my days, she's caused more trouble than just success in this movie. So they go back to the 60s, and Indy has a good ending. That's great. He gets into contact again with his ex-wife, which is the same actress from the first Indiana Jones film and also the fourth one. And sadly, but their son died during the Vietnam War, which is kind of very sad, I guess. But Indy gets a great ending, and I really like the ending part. But there were a few whack moments throughout the movie, like, yeah, like, I don't know, just some things, like Indy. He's an old man. Come on, like, just let him be. Like, I really like the part. He's retired. He has a boring life now, right? He stopped being an adventurer, and he still gives lessons, right? The goddaughter is there, but she causes more trouble, that, like I said, than success. She has enormous debt to, like, mafia and whatever, Africa or whatever, where she has this engaged person. She is, no hate to the actress. I know the actress is great. She played in that one BBC show, where she has like different personalities and breaks the fourth wall. But damn, like, this character in the movie itself, I didn't really like her. Like, she was, sorry to say this, but she was beautiful, but she caused more trouble than whatever. And yes, I know it's kind of like Indiana Jones shtick, like, oh no, there's trouble, oh wait, there's more trouble, yes, we eventually get the thing we need, right? That's the adventure, right? And also, like, there were a bit CGI shots that I really thought, well, okay, this is not really like what I expected. The story is great, and obviously, like, the time travel stuff is a bit whack. Like, they go to the Roman times, like, what? And obviously, like, Archimedes, like the creator of the dial, kind of created time travel, which isn't really possible, because the guy is literally just 300 years after, like, Stone and Sticks, right? Or what I mean, right? Hopefully, like, the guy can't like, can't make time travel, because the guy he doesn't have the technology. He just makes like a clock that people think it can time travel, and it can't. It's all complicated to think about it, but this movie is entertaining, but just don't overthink it too much, because I'm doing it right now and it's not great. Yes, I guess it's difficult to say, but it's the last Indiana Jones movie, and yes, okay, whatever, it's the last one, and I think they went a bit too much. I don't know. Obviously, times change, right? You can't compare it to the first movie, which was Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? And Temple of Doom, or The Last Crusade, or Indiana Jones and the the Crystal Skull, right? Although I think like this one, the fifth one, and fourth one, you know, kind of lean into the science fiction and aliens and stuff like that, because the last three ones are the three main ones, the beginning one, the first ones, the three main first ones, lead into the more adventure and stuff like that, and solving mysteries and stuff like that. Yes, I mean, obviously it's Indiana Jones, like you know, Raiders of the Lost Ark. You have the Ark who can, you know, has literal spirits that can be sucked into it. That's not really normal. The second one, Temple of Doom, there's the voodoo stuff and stuff like that. You know, that's also not really realistic, right? The third one, which is the Last Crusade, has the chalice, right, and the knight and stuff like that. It's not really that realistic too. The fourth one has a freaking alien skull, so you know, I guess now that I think about it, the last one, which time travel stuff, okay, but it still doesn't make sense. Like Archimedes has like this die that he makes. He's a normal man, right? He's a guy from the Roman times. He can't invent time travel because he doesn't really have like computers and stuff like that. But the real technology, you know, I don't know. They don't really they don't really explain how he did it. He just invents some kind of dial and it can time travel. Whoop-de-doo. But nice thing that I liked, like they created some kind of paradox. Like they went into the past with this dial, and eventually some Germans, Nazis, were killed during that Roman times. Some plane crashes and some get even flew overboard because they were flying in the air, and some which, you know, got attacked by cannons from the Romans and stuff like that. But a really nice thing to create the paradox, because Archimedes' sort of tomb, there was this watch that he was wearing, and people, you know, in the beginning you think, oh no, he traveled to the future, but no, the people from the future, like Indiana Jones and stuff like that, and the Germans traveled to the past to actually, you know, that's where Archimedes found his watch, and that's also where he saw these propellers, which actually were also on his tomb with this phoenix carving. It's time travel stuff, which makes sense. I thought this movie was going to be about the Glock or something, this Nazi bell thing. I heard rumors about it, you know, in the beginning when they were making this movie, and this was also supposed to be like this German secret weapon. I'm not quite sure what it was about, but it's not about this, you know, it's not about that, but it's about this Dial of Destiny. So take it or leave it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully you enjoyed this review and Dial of Destiny. It's the last Indiana Jones movie, and salute to you, Indiana Jones, for creating these, you know, epic adventures. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you later. Goodbye, everyone.